Pets can get expensive, but they bring so much joy. Today, we're going to talk about how you can save hundreds, even thousands of dollars on your pet's care and expenses. My dog Rory is my favorite animal on the planet, of course. She's an almost 9-year-old mountain cur and still acts like a puppy. She enjoys being both on top of and underneath a blanket and is totally and completely spoiled, like I know many of your dogs are too. Pets can get expensive, but there are a lot of ways to save money that won't affect your or your furry friend's life or health. I got the comment regularly when I was getting out of debt to get rid of Rory to save money. So let's get this straight right now. Unless it comes down to a choice of feeding you and your family or your pet, I would never in my life tell you to get rid of a pet to save money, regardless of how much debt you're in. By the way, I'm Sarah, also known as Budget Girl, and I make videos every single week on how to manage your money, pay off debt, and live the life of your dreams on less. If you're trying to learn to live your best life, I make videos just for you. You should subscribe to learn how to do it on a dime. First off, pet care is a multi-billion-dollar business, and like all businesses, they are out to convince you to buy things that you do not need for your pet. But pets do not have to be a budget breaker. We're going to talk about how to save money on all aspects of your pet's life, but let's start first with food. I'll admit that I did not always make the best choice when it came to Rory's pet food. I used to buy Trooper dog food at Walmart, which was $5 for a 20-pound bag. It probably did not have the best, most high-quality ingredients, but my dog is in excellent health, and every vet that she has ever met has been shocked at her age. That said, I purchase better pet food now, but I still don't buy the crazy expensive $50 plus food. I think at a certain point, food is food, and buy it in the mid-range, which has ingredients that I understand and agree with, and I buy it on sale. And don't worry, even if your pet has a special diet, you can use some of these tips to save big. To save money, I buy the largest bag of pet food that I can afford and carry. It's more than twice what my food container will hold, and I store the excess behind my coffee bar with the bag sealed with tape. Check the unit prices, and if your dog doesn't have an easily upset stomach, consider switching between brands or flavors depending on what's on sale. If you don't want to wrestle a giant bag from the pet store into your car every month, consider ordering pet food online. This video is not sponsored, but I know a lot of people who swear by Chewy.com, which advertises 5 to 10% off auto-shipped pet food, which will make sure that you never run out of it if you set up delivery schedule properly. And if you use an online delivery, even from a place like Petco or PetSmart, both of which offer free delivery over $49, extra bag behind the coffee bar, anyone? You can also use a cashback browser like Ratuken, formerly known as Ebates. On all of those sites, you can get 1 to 5% cash back just by enabling that browser add-on. I have it installed on every single computer I use, and I've gotten hundreds of dollars back on things I was going to purchase online anyway. I've used it for several years, and I cannot figure out a reason not to do it. I've got links below. I also got cash back on the omega-3 oil that I put in her food when I ordered them online. Farm and garden shops often have better deals on supplements than Amazon or pet stores. Just do a quick Google shopping search and then consider shipping when doing the cost comparison. Next, let's talk veterinary and medical expenses. I saved over $100 on planned pet costs this year, just by going to a local mobile pet vaccination clinic. It ended up being easier, faster, and ridiculously cheaper than doing an annual vet visit. I actually didn't even know about this amazing frugal option until recently, or I would have been doing it while I was in debt. For all of Rory's life, I've saved money each month into a sinking fund for her annual vet visit where we would go get a checkup, shots, etc. The cost, not including heartworm preventative or flea meds, was usually about $125. At the mobile clinic, I was able to get her a rabies shot, a full checkup, advice on adding some supplements, the omega-3, for shedding, and for her age, and a nail trim for $25 total. She got totally fawned over by the techs, which were amazing students from our local veterinary school, who won her eternal loyalty with endless vegan strips and cheese spread, which she had never had before. You can find these clinics, usually held 1 week in a month, in a big backstore parking lot, by searching mobile pet vaccination clinic in your city. The only con to this appointment was that you do have to stand outside to wait. The signage at the event said to expect a 45 to 60 minute wait to be seen, but I pre-registered online and was in and out in 30 minutes total. They also had tents, fans, water bowls out for the pups. It's hot in Texas, but this was easy, fast, and I stayed cool. This is absolutely the way I will be doing her non-emergency medical care in the future. I'm also signed up for their mailing list, so they'll alert me when their next clinics are and when she's up due for another shot. It's the same as regular vet. Speaking of shots, some states, such as Alabama and Mississippi, allow you to purchase annual or regular vaccines and administer them to your pets yourself. Many people with farms or working animals do this, and it's really not as big of a deal as you would think. I have always brought Rory to the vet, but I have family and friends who would never pay a vet fee for something as simple as a shot. Check with your state's local rules and regulations and do what you're comfortable with. Next, when you are quoted for a procedure your animal needs, get a second opinion. One Budget Call viewer said that she shopped around when her dog needed some dental work and saved over $500 with just one call. Next, medications. I get Rory's monthly flea and heartworm preventative online, which saves me absolute bucket loads. Name brand HeartGuard and other meds are sold at a huge markup at vets' offices and at big box stores because convenience rules. Buying generic meds online is the same exact concept as purchasing acetaminophen at the drugstore instead of Tylenol. The drugs do the same thing, they're made of the same stuff, and you can save a lot of money. It's also a common misconception that you need a vet prescription to fill it online. You don't, you can just buy it. I've used petshed.com, and I'm not affiliated with them, to get her generic meds for most of her life. The heartworm pills are actual little tablets and not dog treats like some brands do, but that's a convenience you're paying a lot for. I just wrap the little pill in cheese, and of course Rory eats it. This tip alone has saved me over $1,000 during just her lifetime. Next up, grooming. Grooming costs can bust your budget fast, but a one-time cost for the appropriate tools and practice could save you tons of money year after year after year. Rory is short-haired, but my family's long-haired dogs get a summer cut every year with a $60 trimmer that was a one-time investment. If you have flu for your dogs, it might take some practice and some YouTube tutorials, but I believe that you could learn to do it yourself. Figure all the groomers in the world learned. They weren't born knowing how to do it, so you could too. I used to trim Rory's nails with a trimmer at home, but it took years off of my life because I had to pin her down, and we both ended up crying, and it wasn't fun at all. So now I am willing to pay $14 every few months to get a pro to do it, but I still have the clippers if I ever wanted to cut that cost. As everything, all of these tips should be weighed against what it's worth to you and what's in your budget. It's worth it to me, and my budget can afford to get her nails trimmed, but I would never pay for any other grooming for her. You and your pets might be different, and that's totally fine. For instance, I also bathe her myself in the tub or with the hose outside, depending on the weather, and I have a $25 Furminator I got on Amazon that I use to brush out her undercoat. My local groomer charges $45 to furminate a dog just one time, and I think that's nuts. I could buy the tool twice over, and by having it, I can keep her brushed out weekly, which is great mommy doggy time, and she loves it. Next, toys and treats. For the love of God, do not buy a subscription box for your dog. I hate the things. Just in general, all of them. Your dog does not need a monthly treat box. It doesn't need new toys every month. Yes, she or he is a very good dog, or cat, whatever you have. But there is no way that they know the difference between that new toy from the box and one that you've pulled from the bottom of their overflowing toy bin. I see you because I am you. A bark box will cost you $300 a year. Instead, put that money into a sinking fund for pet expenses and be prepared for the day that your dog gets a UTI or tries to eat a bee. You need to have money saved for that kind of pet emergency, and unnecessary toys and treats are the perfect place to cut from your budget in order to be prepared. Now, my dog is a chewer. She has very strong jaws, and she cannot have plushies because she will instantly destroy them. I have a couple of high-quality Nyla type bones that she can't chew through, and a lot of tennis balls and old leggings or tights and tank tops that I've cut up and knotted, and my dog's honestly the happiest dog on the planet. Get it? You forget it. Good girl. I can throw away the tank tops when they're destroyed too much, and she doesn't know the difference. As for treats, I buy in bulk, same as with food. That $14 bag of bacon strips is vastly overpriced. Your local farm and garden store likely carries bulk treats sold by the pound that are insanely cheap and also a very good quality because those types of places take care of animals. Rory loves rawhides and little hard bones, but I've also trained her just using regular little pellet food as treats. Honestly, she's happy just to spend time with me. Most animals are. They're so wonderfully uncomplicated, But for you extra folks, I will put some homemade pet treat recipes down in the description box below. And you can save money on pet treats that way as well. I hope you learned some ways to save some serious money on pet care today. And I would love to hear your tips below in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, please like it and subscribe for more frugal living tips. Also, tell me about your pet. I would love to hear their name, their breed, your favorite thing about them. Pets are one of my favorite things to talk about, and I'd love to hear about yours. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!